Most people think control is strength. But what if it's a symptom? What if it's the body's way of saying, "I don't feel safe"? We micromanage our schedules, our emotions, our relationships. But beneath the control is chaos we've never been allowed to feel. Today, we explore the addiction to control. Not to let go recklessly, but to feel safely. Let's be honest. You're not obsessed with control. You're obsessed with preventing collapse, with avoiding the unknown, with staying ahead of pain. Control lets you pretend everything's fine. It lets you perform stability. But inside, your body is bracing. For rejection. For abandonment. For the moment everything falls apart. Control is not a personality trait. It's a survival strategy. It's the armor your nervous system built when the world felt unpredictable. When love felt conditional. When safety was never guaranteed. You're not broken. You're patterned. And patterns can be softened. You don't need to fight your need for control. You need to understand it. That's where healing begins. Control doesn't start in the mind. It starts in the body, in the muscles, in the rituals, in the breath you hold without noticing. You weren't born rigid. You became rigid to survive, to stay ahead of chaos, to feel one step safer than the past. Your body remembers what your mind rationalizes. The tension in your jaw, the stiffness in your spine, the rituals you repeat. They're not habits. They're memories. Somatic memories. Of moments when you weren't safe. Ask gently, where does my body tighten when I feel uncertain? What am I trying to prevent? Don't rush the answers. They don't come in words. They come in sensation, in breath, in tremble, in pause. Your body isn't irrational. It's remembering. And when you listen, it begins to release. You didn't choose control. You developed it. To survive. To feel stable. To avoid collapse. Control was never about power. It was about protection. It was about keeping the chaos outside from becoming chaos inside. Say softly, I accept that I needed control. I accept that I was doing my best. I accept that I'm allowed to feel safe now. This is not surrender. This is integration. This is the moment you stop performing strength and start embodying safety. You don't need to earn safety. You don't need to prove you're worthy of rest. You don't need to justify your exhaustion. You just need to feel. To soften. To let your body know we're not in danger anymore. That's what acceptance sounds like. That's what healing feels like. Healing doesn't begin in the mind. It begins in the body. In the breath that deepens. In the shoulders that soften. In the tremble that finally releases. Your body knows the way back to safety. If you let it lead. Letting the body lead means trusting sensation, trusting the pause, trusting the tears that rise without permission, trusting the laughter that comes unexpectedly. This is not weakness. This is release. This is the nervous system exhaling after years of holding its breath. Safety is not an idea. It's a felt sense. It's the warmth in your chest, the looseness in your jaw, the steadiness in your breath. You don't think safety. You feel it. And when you feel it, control begins to loosen its grip. Let the body lead. Not because the mind is wrong, but because the body remembers. And when the body feels safe, the mind finally rests. That's what letting go feels like. Not chaos, but calm. You've walked through the addiction to control. You've honored the hypervigilance. You've explored the somatic memory. You've accepted the safety strategies. And you've let the body lead. This is not the end. This is the beginning. The beginning of living without armor. The beginning of trusting your body again. You are not broken. You are patterned. And patterns can be softened. You are not your trauma. You are your healing. You are not your control. You are your capacity to feel, to rest, to breathe, to live. This is soul reset. This is your return. You don't need to fight yourself anymore. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. You don't need to control yourself anymore. You are not broken. You are becoming. Let this be your beginning.